Hi guys. All right, so right here we've got Bentley. Now Bentley is a very, very sweet dog with us, and he's very sweet outside of the kennel. He's also a very, very troubled dog too. So inside of a crate on the other side of the fence, he's terrifying. He'll jump over a 6-foot fence and try to grab you by the head as you're walking by if you're not paying attention. And then when you go into the kennel run with him, he will lay on the floor and become overly submissive and urinate. And he has some really problems with, he's polarizing his like submissive and dominance, and he's very reactive to a lot of stuff. So just like with normal handling with a dog like this, you can see when I try to touch him, he doesn't quite know how to deal with it in a healthy way. So what I want to do, a big thing with a dog like this, I want him just to know like how to do this, and that it's an okay thing to be touched by someone, and we don't have to be on the floor cuddling him, but we can stand up and be touching him. So
yeah, because when he first came in doing that, he would have hit the deck immediately, right?
Yeah. So where he is right now, I mean, this is a product of we're a couple steps into this, and so what happens? So when we want to put a collar on him, he's going to go submissive and hit the ground. Now, the way that I want to get around this is I just want to disengage him when he does this and just move on. You can see when I have the collar. Good boy, good. Now,
yeah, even in the beginning stages, he threatened to. He was very conflicted to where he was submissive and threatening to bite at the same time.
Right, exactly.
When we try to put a collar on him.
So yeah, and I think this is just a product of like some pretty extreme anxiety and sensitivities and reactivities, and just the way they're working together. This is the product we've got. So I want to make this a big non-issue. So when it happens, we just say, "Good boy." Now you can see that he went down. What I want to do is just reset him. Good boy. Now once he goes down, we want to mark that as a positive by petting him, and you're going to be ready to move back again. So if you see footwork wise, I'm going to teach him when he goes into that down that we're not going to allow it. Now right there, you can see kind of what he's going on into. Okay, I'm just going to do a little desensitization. So just move on. Come here, buddy. Good boy. Good.
And so this was with any collar. This isn't like, he's afraid of an e-collar. From day one, trying to put a collar on him, he would try to bite you while going submissive. He was really conflicted.
Good boy. Good boy. So it takes a lot of steadiness with a dog like this, and you kind of have to feel confident with him. We know as trainers that this dog doesn't have a lot of intent to hurt us in this situation. Good boy. But they do, it can be potentially dangerous if you're doing the wrong thing with this dog. And if we threw in elements of like a bad relationship, an owner with that's low on the social hierarchy scale, or some territorial aggression, we could have a real big issue with this guy. So if you saw when I put it on, we don't want to use it, and we want to make it purely a positive. So he likes the training. This is a dog that enjoys getting out and moving. It's also a dog that has more stress than most dogs. And at 100 and some odd pounds, that's a bit of a scary thing. And I think he's about 2.5, so I think he'll be getting bigger still.
Yeah. So just as a point of reference, it was probably 20 minutes to get a collar on him the first day.
Yeah.
Because of the trying to bite mixed with trying to just hit the deck and roll away and stuff like that. So maybe I'll put you on the spot here, and maybe it'll take a minute to think of an example. But can we apply this elsewhere? So obviously, with him, his fear leads to a certain degree of submission and a certain degree of grumpiness.
Right.
And so, what you're doing is, like you've mentioned, make it a non-issue. Just kind of, you're not adding anything to it. You're not like yelling at him like, "Hey, do this," or you're not even like throwing treats at him. You're just like, "Oh, we just touch you. We touch you enough until you're finally okay with it." Is that a principle that we could apply to something else that people might be going through?
It is, and I think the biggest thing is we want to make him accommodate us on how we want to do things. So for him, his comfort thing is either be aggressive, over the top, or completely submissive, urinating, and he has trouble existing in that middle ground. So all I do is I keep resetting him, till he does it right, and then once he does it right, kind of do calm praise, because that's like this mind is just drawn to that calm leadership. Calm
Yeah, he
praise.
probably wouldn't do good with like in his face, like, oh, what a good boy, and just freaking out with excitement. He probably wouldn't. Some people might want to do that with a dog like him to bring him up and help him feel comfortable, but it'd probably backfire a little bit, wouldn't it?
Right. Yeah, it definitely could. And early on, we did a little bit of that baby talk, and it was okay, but to move him along now at this point, he needs to know how to deal with like calm and thinking. Like when you slow it down for him and you make him do it right, he has to go through a cognitive process, and so he has to think, okay, what are they asking me to do? And when I do it, I'm going to like make it harmonious for him.
And so this is something that someone could apply to cutting their nails or grooming them, or to where like there's touch or sensitivity with something that they're doing, or a dog that's scared of slippery floors. Similar concepts could apply to those, right?
Yep, exactly. And so we just want to lead them into that situation like it's a non-issue. We want to get the correct result and then move them on. And so in the future, they're going to strive to enter that situation, wanting to please you, wanting to do what you told them you wanted them to do. And that's how you move a dog like this along. So they're a little bit tricky, because if you let him, he will kind of jump on you, and then he'll elevate from there. So
yeah, and so even like correcting for that is not an over-the-top correction. It's very like neutral and cold, right? Just a quick little correction with the leash,
right?
Not really allowing him to get anything from it.
Yeah, because if you bring this dog a big perceived fight, then you're going to have a big relationship issue. But if you're like, nope, we're not doing that, and move along, it becomes just something they probably don't do in the future.
Cool.